lubricating your earbud. So I'm gonna take this, and all I'm gonna do is literally just kind of stab it on the end right there, and I use my thumb, and I'm just gonna start feathering like this. I'm just pulling that clay down with my thumb, okay? And I'm covering up the ear canal, the cartilage. Okay, and then I'm gonna pull this skin back over it, and I'm gonna use my thumbs right here. As I pull that skin back, the skin grabs that clay, it wants to pull the whole earbud off of the ear canal. So by holding my thumbs right here, when I pull that skin back, it's not gonna be able to pull my clay loose. And I'm gonna use my thumb, and I'm actually gonna take, and I'm gonna start right here at the very edge, and I'm gonna run clay as far as I possibly can right up here to the edge of my Bondo, okay? So I'm just gonna put my finger underneath there, and I just start pushing it as far as I can forward. And this is just, you know, how I started doing it and learning, and I've learned things from other taxidermists, and, you know, once you get in your own shop, you can kind of take this method and make it your own. And so, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run my hand, and I'm gonna blend it right over that. And so now, I mean, you cannot see where my Bondo and my clay start and stop with each other. If you can, then just kind of work some more clay up in there and feather it over the top. And now when that thing goes to drying, I'm not gonna have like a line where the two came together. You know, I want it to be a smooth transition, okay? So then once I do that, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll pull this kind of back. I just use the table kind of to represent the side of the head of the mannequin. And then I'll kind of flatten it out. The top of our earbud should be flat. If y'all look at that example up there, a really well-known taxidermist named Manny Chavez, he was teaching, one of my guys was from Mexico, and Manny spoke good Spanish, and so we sent him there to kind of learn some stuff from someone that speaks Spanish, and Manny kind of sculpted that up actually for Freddie, and it kind of became mine, and I brought it up here. But you'll be able to see that ear tying in below that antler burr is perfectly flat. So the ear doesn't do this, and then the ear butt do this. I mean, it's just gonna be a flat transition. So I'm just gonna kind of run my fingers right there and flatten that out. And then I can kind of run my hand on the back side and shape that. And so we've got it nice and full back here, okay? Which, you know, when you look at that ear, you've got this muscle back there, so it's nice and full. It's squared off on top, kind of squared in the front. I got a little bit of a bulb going right there, but I always come back and add a little second piece of clay right there. So now I'm gonna pull this back. I can kind of fix any little imperfections. I can add a little piece if I've got a little dent. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little piece of clay. This will be more than I need there. And I just, probably about like your pinky or something. I'm just taking, that kind of makes sense, just like a little worm of it, I guess. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it.
His pinky.
Yeah.
This would be my pinky, not your pinky.
Yeah. Remember that, it's Jason's pinky.
Yeah. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put that on the bottom side of the ear to represent that bulb that's gonna be right there. Okay? And so I'll put it on there.
Tomorrow.
And then I kind of flatten it out in there and feather your clay.
Yes, that's what.
And then what I'm gonna do is take use your Bondo knife. All I'm gonna do is get a little bit of glue. I'm gonna smear a very thin layer. This part does get messy.
Does it taste minty?
Slide it back
Yes,
over.
it's really is good.
Yeah, it's good.
I put it on sandwiches.
Nice, a little mint flavor.
Yeah. Breath freshener.
Nice.
So then I'm just gonna pull that back over. And that glue will kind of act as a lubricant to kind of help that skin slide over because it's gonna be a snug fit. Now you can kind of see my bulb. Kind of see the shape of that. We're squared off on top. We got a nice full look in the back. And even if I didn't get it looking like that, I mean, it's so soft, I can still manipulate that from the skin side, you know? So all I'm trying to do is get it fairly close. But if anybody wants to kind of come up there and look at that before I do the other one, you're welcome to. I can kind of set it there and you kind of